Alright, it is time for us to have a little talk, I think. Also, can you see that? It's supposed to say like Twitch, and on the other side there's YouTube. But I drew this up with pencil like years ago. You can see it's completely like torn to shreds. I'll just put it back. I'll put it on YouTube. Hopefully you can see it. If you can't, you know what's on here now. Anyway, what is going on? I'm gone for like 30 days almost with like making videos, and YouTube and Twitch both decide to fuck up. Hooray! Actually, I'm not entirely gone with making videos. I'm just making them on the gaming channel right now again. I just uploaded like 3 videos last week. There's gonna be like 2 or 3 videos coming out there this week again, so if you're missing the videos, they're over there. And I'm also working on like a special scripted video again on this channel. It's just taking so much more time because it's the very first time I'm trying to like introduce coding into a video. And my god, is that like a giant rabbit hole. That said though, what's been going on with like YouTube and Twitch? Well, YouTube recently had like a few big creators come out and talk about like how they're experiencing some bad things with YouTube with regards to like favoritism, where some creators are getting benefits over others, and like the reasons for that are either unknown or some pretty seemingly bad reasons. Twitch recently had this controversy where they're banning creators for like very grave offenses for like only a week, whereas other creators who like do barely anything get banned for like their lifetime, and it just feels overall unfair. What I'm getting the sense of is that with all these controversies, what just stands out is that people feel like the platforms are treating them in an unfair way. It's very unpredictable as to like what the hell these things are doing, and they always seem to kind of like do things that make things worse for creators. And that's something which like very much resonates with me because I've been creating content since 2016, and what I've been seeing, like especially when it comes to like creating content, is that it's become harder and harder to like create content, and you see like platforms like work against you a lot of the time. Now that is something which you can take very literally and be like, well, how is it harder to create content? Because like you can still turn on a camera and make videos on YouTube, and most likely that video will be viewed by subscribers. Like, yeah, most likely that's true. Or you can take a look at that and like more in like a broader sense, where it's like back in 2016, 2015 when I started making videos, I could like monetize my videos. Back in like 2016, 2015 when I started, a lot of creators weren't like censoring themselves because they were afraid that if they said fuck or shit or piss, that you know, YouTube would just take away their ad revenue or shit. That's something that people have become more afraid of, and because like their entire like business model, their entire like thing is on one single platform, they're just super afraid to lose that. And that's something which I kind of want to talk about because I feel that this is something which has been going on for a very, very long time, and that's why for me, I'm kind of developing a strategy for like platform independence, and that's something which I want to talk with you about how I intend to like make my content available, how I intend to like monetize my content, and I think it's good to like have this like talk up front, such that, you know, like I have full transparency as to like why I'm doing certain things, how I'm doing certain things, and if you don't want to like, for instance, like go to YouTube anymore or go to Twitch anymore, where can you find my content? And let's say something happens with these platforms, where's the backup sort of thing? Let's actually like go outside because it's kind of like more free and independent. Stick that away. I don't know if you could see that. I really hope that you could have seen it. Also, I should watch that because there's some packages that are supposed to come around. I don't know when they should come, or oh my god, it's the packages. Okay, so I don't often like include like a mail time thing in like videos, but I do think that sometimes when I'm ordering shit, which does have to do with like upcoming videos, it's like interesting to like put it in so like you kind of know what the hell's coming up. So what do we have here? Oh yeah, so my iPod, remember the iPod mini that I made a video about like a couple years back? I'm still using it every day, but like the battery's kind of dead. I'm going to be replacing this battery pretty soon. I think I'm just going to do that on stream or so. Like watch it on Twitch. Like I'd love to use the overhead camera right here, because like I really like repairing shit, and then maybe we can do that more on stream or so. Number 2, I think I know what is this. Oh yeah, look at that. A new microphone. What you may remember, if you're like a longtime fan of the channel, is that back in 2018, I bought my current microphone with like my new camera, which wasn't like around TennoCon. Now Rode has released a new one, because what you may have noticed was that during the during like the studio tour, like the first part of that entire thing was like my mic was like super noisy and staticky. Like you listen to this. Now I can very well understand that studio tours may not necessarily be your thing versus this. This was my studio tour. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like there's such a big difference. That was just the difference in camera, where basically like I was using that old thing over there, which like I mean, like, it's a good DSLR, but like the thing that I have is better now. However, I was also wondering if I could like upgrade my microphone to like make it sound better, since this right here is what I'm using for like my streams and like my gaming content. But if you compare these two, like they look a lot more alike. So I'm kind of wondering whether like this may sound better than that. So that's also one I want to take it outside to see how well this does. So we're going to take this with us, we're going to see how well it does, and then like do like a review in, I guess, like a week, 2 or 3 or 4. I don't know how long that's... Also, look at this! Look at how tiny that is. That is so cute. But yeah, we'll do like a review or so in like, I don't know, like a week or 2. I'll make like a full scripted video about it, and we'll test this thing against that thing and against the Rode mic that's on there right now. If I don't break this. Alright, now I thought I could get like a really cool shot of like the water here and I could just be sitting here talking to you, but then I forgot like my tripod and the rain is setting in, so I guess we're just gonna have to do it in like a boring spot. I'm sorry about that. Alright, so let's talk solutions. Basically what we're finding is that these platforms are not really stable. They tend to be sometimes not really fair, and like you cannot communicate with them. So what you find is that in a lot of cases we're gonna have... That is thunder. I'm gonna have to make this quick. So basically what we're talking about is that there's no certainty of content being like available. Content can get age restricted or removed for like weird reasons. And secondly, like monetization is not like ensured. So we can see changes in the YouTube guidelines or Twitch guidelines which say that now you cannot get monetized, and that's something that people are really, really scared of. People change their entire content, censor themselves because they're afraid of getting the yellow dollar sign. I think it's really important that we keep advocating for these issues, but at the same time, I want to build my business around that. And that's why I'm like fiercely for independence, which means that, as you may have noticed, I do both YouTube and Twitch streaming. But apart from that, if you're on Twitch and you go to twitch.tv/Michel Postma, not only will you find like all my Twitch streams there, but every single one of the videos I've ever made are also on my Twitch. Similarly, if you want to find like my Twitch streams, you can go to the Twitch archive channel, and basically on the Twitch archive channel, you can see every single live stream. As such, I'm not bound by Twitch or YouTube. Let's say Twitch goes down, I'll start streaming on YouTube. Let's say YouTube goes down, I'll start posting these videos on Twitch. At the same time, I'm also now working on like putting everything on Odysee, which is like another like video platform. So this right here is Odysee.com, which is basically like another video platform like YouTube, which also hosts like a whole bunch of like other creators that also post on YouTube. One of the great things about it is that it still has like the like to dislike bar ratio, and like it's... I don't know, I have a little bit more faith in this, in being stable and allowing content other than YouTube, which is why I'm like uploading all my stuff here. Right now I'm Framecast 58. I'm also uploading, as you can see, like all the previous videos here. So every single one of my YouTube channels is also here on Odysee. I think the main channel, most of the videos should be on there. But for like the stream channel and like the gaming channel, I'm basically right now in October 2020. And I'm catching up as fast as I can. But like, as you can see, these things take a while to upload. But yeah, that's where you can find my content on Odysee.com. Just look for like Michel Postma or whatever. I'll try linking this better in my future videos and stuff. I don't have to worry right now about like my content not being suited to like YouTube guidelines or Twitch guidelines or whatever, because let's say YouTube age restrict this very video, you can go to Odysee or you can go to Twitch to watch it. Actually, this rain is getting a little bit too intense, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish this talk in the studio, because like right now this is a little bit too much. Oh my god, there you are. Never, ever, ever not be in that bag, okay? Thought we talked about this. I feel like a lot of creators are kind of censoring their content to be afraid of the yellow dollar sign. They're like, let me not curse so much, such that like this video can be monetized. Let me like watch out what I say so I don't be like cast out of the YouTube partner program, because otherwise I won't be able to monetize my content. The reason why that strikes to me as a little bit like worrisome or weird maybe, or noteworthy, is that I have never made money from any advertisements on YouTube. Like I've only had like advertising for like 2 years on my channel, back when I was like in the partner program as like a sub 100 subscriber channel, and basically at that time I made like 2 cents, which I never got gifted, because it was kind of like, yeah, 2 cents, we're not gonna pay that out. So I've never made money from like any advertisements on any of my content. So I've never relied on it, and I don't think I ever want to. Because at the end of the day, I feel like these advertisements from like YouTube or Twitch or whatever platform they are, they're kind of like a nice free way of making money, in the sense that these platforms are doing us a service, where basically if I'm a YouTuber or if I'm a Twitch creator, instead of like having to reach out to advertisers myself and be like, hey, do you want to sponsor my content? YouTube does this. Like, they don't have to do that. But they do that, which is like super cool and all. But that means that basically like it's kind of a service that they deliver. And I don't think I want to build my business on their service that another business delivers kind of at their discretion. So then how do I tackle monetary independence? For the longest time, there's been something which I thought time will tell. Like the money will come somehow, which I don't think is a good strategy to go on anymore, because just like ask any business person, the money comes somehow is not really a good way to like strategize your business. Instead, what I want to make sure of is that like the quality of the content and like the revenue that it generates are directly tied together. With that, like I've kind of settled on like creating some sort of thing called I call overtime. Hey there, and welcome to Overtime. Now, overtime is basically like an exclusive show concept based on like a Patreon model. So for the longest time, I've kind of had this Patreon because people wanted me to have a Patreon. They were like, oh man, I would donate to a Patreon. I was like, well, whatever. But I've never liked it because I was always worried that they were kind of like donation models. I was like, oh, I'm going to give you money for nothing in return, which never felt right to me. However, what I think is important now is that basically like I can have a metric for how good my content is versus like how much it earns and have those two connected. So my thinking with this is like if I create like an extension of the main content that I make, such that if the main content that's out there for free is good, then basically like the extra little bit of content is kind of an extension of that, and maybe I can monetize that, and that will then be an indication of like how good and how much worth the entire thing is. And overall, like my idea is that if my content is good enough, then basically overtime may allow me to like survive based off of like my content alone, and I don't have to be dependent on these like ad platforms. I don't have to be dependent on like sponsors. I can pick and choose sponsors in whatever way I want, and we can kind of like keep videos like as basically as neutral as they are. That's kind of my thinking. If you want to know more of my thought process around here, basically I've made an entire video on like my Patreon page or on like my Twitch page. But yeah, basically right there I have like a more detailed video about this, and there's also like some examples of what I mean with overtime. That's basically like my independent like monetary strategy. Now please don't take this video as like an entire video where like I promote my Patreon or promote this overtime thing, because I really don't want that to be that way. I just kind of like wanted to use this time to talk about like what I'm doing, and also because I'm going to be talking about overtime in like my upcoming like scripted videos. There'll be like a little bit at the end of the video where I'm like, well, this is what we're going to be doing with overtime, and I kind of wanted to like introduce you to like what I was doing there, and also like talk about like, hey, I'm uploading videos to like Odysee right now. It's gonna be about 600 videos on Odysee. It's taking me a really, really long time to do that. Like, please make those hours worth my time. No, it's so good. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to talk about this. I hope you enjoyed this talkie video. I think it's sometimes good to like me explain like what the hell's going on in my head and like how I strategize my content, such that you know what the hell I'm doing. Also, let me know what you think of this microphone. This is like literally the first time I'm using it. I haven't heard it yet. It feels kind of loud, but I don't know. I really don't know. Just let me know in the comments down below like what you think of this microphone. Is it better than the one we started out with? Is it too loud? Is it too low? I really don't know. Yeah, anyway, good to speak with you guys, and thanks for watching.